All right, we're heading into the Lycoming County high point, starting at a place called Devil's Elbow. And after we get a little hiking in, I'll report what I'm seeing in here, but I think it's a natural area. We're walking a railroad grade in to the high point of Lycoming County, and we were just discussing, well, a few things. One is we're surrounded by some beech trees, and the beech trees have some injury. So, you know, beech leaf disease, beech blight are some of the things that are being thrown around here, but the truth is I don't know exactly what we're dealing with here. That's a pretty good shot.
It's here a leaf.
Is it your understanding it's a fungus that attacks leaves, or is it an insect?
I don't know for sure, yeah. I think it's, well, I don't know for sure. I think it's a fungus maybe, but this looks like it's an insect almost, doesn't it?
Right.
The way it's...
And we could be dealing with more than one issue.
One might lead to the next. Now here's one you really see.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah, you can really see it on that. Now that looks more like maybe a fungus possibly there.
Yeah, it kind of makes the leaves curl, which is not normal for a beech. So pretty much every beech we're passing here has it. So just an unfortunate reminder of some of the pests and challenges facing our forest as we walk in. Another topic we were discussing on the way in, I was recently reading about something called the White Oak Initiative. And in the Forestry Source newsletter, I was reading about this. And I didn't realize it, but there's some concern that we don't have enough white oak regeneration in America. Plenty of mature stands of white oak, and the concern is there's just not a lot of evidence that the young ones are thriving like we want them to. And so this group, this newly formed group called the White Oak Initiative, has brought all kinds of stakeholders to the table. And some of the funding is coming from the bourbon industry, because you need those white oak staves to make the barrels for bourbon. No white oak, no bourbon. And so it's interesting to see some of the folks who are playing a role in this conversation of trying to improve things for white oak. So mentioning that because we're in Lycoming County right now, which is a big white oak producing area. And to be honest, I haven't even seen one on our hike in yet. Now this may not be exactly the spots where you'd expect it, but so more to come on that. So the reason white oak is used in bourbon making is the tylosis in the wood. It actually is like watertight, airtight, or watertight, so it's not going to soak up the bourbon into the wood. Tylosis, there's a good word for you. I'm finding lots of pieces of coal and coal cinders from this railroad line. And what I'm trying to determine is if it was anthracite coal or what I suspect is local coal. There was a little bit of bituminous coal in Lycoming County, Sullivan County, Bradford County, and based on what I'm seeing, it looks like spilled bituminous coal. So it's kind of cool that they were burning local coal in their steam locomotives. All right, now here's something to look for when you're in the woods. We have a stand of Norway spruce. And usually when you find a couple Norway spruces, that's a sign of human settlement of some kind, either an old hunting camp or a farmstead. So we'll see if we can find any clues. Could just... So this is kind of cool. I mean, a lot of times when I get near the top of a high point, it just gradually mellows out to a flat top. Look at these rocks up here. Big boulders. So it's just right up here is where the high point is. This is so cool. Just a really beautiful crevice that goes down, rock crevice goes down through here.
But there was not, the levels of rock are all flat around here, unlike down in Danville.
Right.
These are plateaus.
You got it. We also have flat bedrock. So I would say what you're looking at is the work of a lot of, as the glaciers receded, you had massive amounts of melting. So you have a tremendous amount of water.
Yeah.
And a lot of these gorges and canyons formed only in a short period of time as the glaciers receded about 12,000 years ago. Yeah. Like the famous one is Ricketts Glen. That thing formed as the glacier that was up where Lake Jean is. Yeah. When that thing blew, the ice dam, it probably carved that canyon in a short period of time.
Right, yeah. Yep.
And then that's why you don't find like round river rocks there. You know, that creek.
Right, yeah.
What's that called? Kitchen Creek? Kitchen Creek. You don't find like round worn. Yeah, okay. It's just kind of like
down on the Loyal side.
Right, it's all like gradual, or it's all quickly broken stuff that hasn't been eroding for long. There we go. All right. All right, that ought to work. Is that slick or is that slick?
I think we're gonna have to get some of this.
Compared to what you saw last time we climbed together.
I know, yeah. That little girl would have had no problem getting up. You're a student.
And the guy who taught me this said, it's like reverse exercise bike. And if you keep that in mind, your feet stay clipped in. If you start flailing and just climbing like a ladder, you come unclipped. Coming down. It's already an incredible view.
Is it really?
Yeah, this was a great spot. Good job scouting. Hup. So a big shout out to Matt Smith for being the first person to give me an in-person SRT method lesson, I should say. And I keep popping out here, but it's because I didn't listen to my lesson. Coming down. Coming down. Would you believe I have a mosquito up here buzzing me? I think this is about as high as I'm going. I'll put my lanyard on and get some pictures. Yeah. I can see you. Point. Point.
That way.
Okay.
That's where we were this morning.
Oh, okay. I got a great view that way.
Yeah, that's the Beech, Canton, Alva, and a mountain over there.
You're probably looking right in the sun, aren't you, Sadie?
No, it actually shaded it enough that you're coming in clear.
Whew.
That's awesome.
I can go a little higher, I think. All right, this was climb number 21 here in Pennsylvania. We are at the highest point in Lycoming County with a beautiful view toward Bradford County, where we just did climb number 20. I believe that ridge. Mark, is that ridge that I'm looking at still Lycoming County, or do you think I'm looking at Bradford?
It could be Bradford.
Okay, then that could be Bradford.
I think. Yeah.
And you'll notice most of the forest here is just red maple. I'm in a red maple right here. And she might give a little, but I'm through a couple good crotches, so I'm like. And had a lot of black cherry coming in, but mostly here it's all red maple at the high point. And that rock crevice is below us, kind of hard to see right now, but just really an interesting spot. So big thank you to the Lewis family for being part of this project. I got Marc Lewis and his daughter Sadie, and her husband Cody came along today, and it's just been a great day to walk in the woods. Beautiful, beautiful day. So to the best of my knowledge, nobody's ever been up here. I'm sure people have been to this high point, but no one's ever come up into the canopy and enjoyed the trees up here. All right.